Did I upgrade the pipe in the copper plant? I did not. Should I? Every 40 seconds. This needs 1 water every 10 seconds to run. So I don't need to. This can carry 60 water every 60 seconds, and between the 2 of these, they need 12 water every 60 seconds, so that's not necessary for us here. But thank you for checking, though. That was worthwhile. Right, let's find out a little bit about this burner, then. So, large smokestack. Yeah, it just gets rid of the trash. That's all it does. Can get rid of 36 every X seconds. How much waste am I producing? Does this tell me at all? No, not really. Oh well. Regardless, I would kind of like to get rid of it. So I could just build it there, and it would immediately burn. And I am okay with that for now. Because it reduces the need for my trucks to move stuff out of the area. I mean, I could turn all of that general waste into landfill, but we're not going to do that. It has produced a lot of air pollution, though. But our health is actually quite high, so yeah, the air pollution is going to be a problem, but we'll manage. There you go. So the trucks aren't going to be necessary over there anymore, which is good. Good. And by having all 3 of these, you might be wondering, well, why did you do that? You already had 2 places over here to store it. Well, the reason for that is that each one of these was an independent pickup point. Whereas now I've taken the output from all 3 of them. Oops. And I've made it so that there's just 2 places to pick it up. So effectively 3 separate places to pick up with 6 separate jobs, because each one had 2 separate things. I've now turned into 2 jobs, which is a lot easier to keep on top of. Much easier to keep on top of, actually. Now, this is capable of moving 200. Wow, okay. I could set up another 2 water pumps if I really wanted to absolutely guarantee that this thing fills. But they're doing quite a good job of it right now, I'd say. Also, Space Junkie, thank you very much for that 12 months of Prime. Hi, chat, Aavak. Thanks for getting me hooked on Song of Six. Also, happy 1 year subbed. Many more per Twitch. Thank you very much, mate. Diolch yn fawr iawn. One of my new electronics factories is missing rubber input. Really? You sure? I mean, they're missing copper, sure, but they're not missing rubber, and both of these are just mechanical parts. This is just mechanical parts and electronics. No, it doesn't look like they are, but thank you very much for the warning all the same. Because it's very easy for me to miss something like that, and then kind of suddenly be like, well, why aren't I doing these things that I want done? Most vexing. How is this dig going? I've still got quite a ways to go, if I'm honest. Which is a bit of a potch, but we're getting there. Maybe I'm gonna add. No, they've already got a 3. That's not. I also don't really think we need this with a boost anymore. We can probably afford to turn that off. And with all of that saved unity, turn that back on. I'm hopeful. Very hopeful, chat. Let's just make sure that we've got updated dig orders on all of the things that need to be dug. More or less. But how are you doing, Rizel? How was your stream? Also, have you played Captain of Industry? Yep. Now it's just a matter of waiting for things to get done, I guess. In terms of production of concrete, it's a bit slow. I'd honestly like it to be a bit faster. I actually, on that note, I could can't really afford that Unity, but I don't mind going into a little bit of Unity debt right now. That should be sustainable for us. Now, we could also upgrade the housing for our pops, but right now we've actually got more than enough pops. The only thing is if we upgrade the housing, that will generate a bit more unity from what I recall. The better the housing, the better the unity production. Right, that's all stocked up now on rubber, so all of our production now of... Oh yeah, that's actually slowed. All of our production of diesel now is going straight into there. I'm going to have to pop the boost back there as well. Again, I don't mind going into a little bit of Unity debt there. As far as our farms, we've got amazing amounts of water there. So hydration-wise, we should be good for quite some time. I would like to dig back this mountain if I could to expand this farm, especially considering this is not going to be there for very long. We will be digging through there. But where are we going to set up... Oh, that's a good point. Where are we going to set up our refinery? Ah, I spent so long on the refinery in the beta. Oh, I miss it already. Nevertheless, let's get all of this opened up. Got a lot of room to expand that out. Yeah, there's just a tiny bit. They've actually done an amazing job over here. Wow. I was almost out of places to dump materials. It got pretty close, actually. Fully square that off. Yo, Aavak, how's things? It's going well, Crossover. How about yourself? Oh, right. It was a long time ago, but you fixed it before reading. Ah, right. Duly noted. Sorry about that. When it shows the amount of underground water, do you need to move the pump to get it all? Or okay. Right. So certain types of materials behave in different ways. If it's a square material like this, then that material is physically in this spot. Like this one tile there has the grey squares is the topsoil, and then the kind of red-orange is the iron underneath it. Same with the coal. So, for example, here there's no topsoil, and that is true. And like the depth of that bar indicates how deep that material deposit goes. But the circular ones, the more cylindrical ones, they behave differently. And these are cylindrical, although it's a little bit hard to tell. It would have been better if they weren't quite as black as midnight, black as pitch. But with these, they are it's a much more distributed deposit. So these individual bars aren't related to the physical location of that bar, but rather the entire deposit. So as this gets used up, all of the bars are lowering at the same rate. And that goes as well for the water table. So much like oil, the water table, you only need a pump to be somewhere on the deposit, and it has access to the entirety of the deposit. But unlike the oil resource, the water here, this replenishes every time it rains, so it's a lot easier and a lot more sustainable to have that set up. Well, it's not so much an aquifer, but you're basically tapping into the water table. So I guess, yeah, in a bit of a way, but not quite as drastic as that, I would have said. There we go. Everything looking okay. How are we doing there? Doing well. Starting... Well, and actually still not really filling that up too fast. I'm kind of impressed, really, in a way. Regular supply of copper going now. And we are actually starting to make some good progress down on this side now. Oh, that's good to see. We will probably get through here. And once we do, I'm going to kind of need to cut a path all the way up, all the way to this area. And from here, we're going to need to flatten the terrain out to the furthest point. And that is going to require another mind control tower. Yuri will be most pleased. And we will... I'm not going to unpause this, because otherwise they will complain and complain and complain like, I can't get there, what? It's like, I don't need you to get there. But we will want this area to be flattened. Probably out something like this. Strictly not necessary for it to be this large, but I'm going to do it anyway. And again, we're not going to actually need complete access to this deposit. I don't actually need... Oh, this seems like a much larger deposit. So this is probably the deposit you're meant to make a great deal of use of. We'll expand this out just about that far. This will give us access to this if we haven't already gotten access to the world map oil from an oil rig. But I'm thinking this will be where we set up our distillery. Or refinery, not distillery. Well, I guess you could say it was a distillery, but... Gonna run out of resources eventually. Feels bad, man. Yeah, I mean, you know, it's true of everything. Nothing lasts forever. Even when you've got something the size of a planet, you observe across a long enough span of time, eventually it's going to run out of resources. Oh, like, yeah, I suppose you could call it... Is it... Yeah, I guess it is cracking. Or is it fracking? I'm not sure. You'd think I'd know, because I used to work for a utilities company, which produced its own power and you know, both distribution and production. I didn't work in that part of it. That won't take too long. Right, okay. Our population is still, I mean, apparently able to grow. It is fracking. There we are. Yeah, fracking is what you do to get the oil, and cracking is what you do to refine it. It's a form of, well, not oil but gas, but it's, you often hear it in regards to mining. I'm not exactly sure. I'll be honest, I'm not sure what the process is for fracking, but I am aware that it has a lot of negative press around it. Exactly why, again, because I'm not sure of what it is. I don't know why it's bad, but I will have to confess my ignorance there. But cracking would be because I've heard the term cracking tower several times. Right, they've almost finished this side. I love how they've used so much soil here that it's actually starting to green. That's brilliant. I like that a lot. You pump a bunch of high-pressure fluids into rocks that contain trapped gas or oil. Ah, okay. Pump water down at high pressures to induce fractures, followed by sand propellant that keeps the fractures open. That would explain how it releases it. And I'm going to guess that it's bad because it creates instability in the area? Like, does it destabilize the place geologically? Because because I don't know much about it, I don't know what kind of scale these fissures are. Also, potentially pollutes the water table. Oh, that makes sense, yeah. Makes a lot of sense, actually. Look at all the taters we got! Taters for days. Years, maybe. Years of taters. Not so much for the vegetables, though, which is a bit of a shame. We seem to have a dearth of veggies. Accidentally bringing up large quantities of methane can also contribute to the greenhouse gases. Yeah, I suppose so. Oh, careless fracking has essentially destroyed entire agricultural zones. Right, okay. Well, thank you very much for sharing the information, chat. I appreciate being educated on the topic, because, again, I was quite ignorant about it. I was aware that it had a lot of negative press. I didn't know why. But now I do. Right. Okay. I think... What time is it? Yeah, sure. We're going to go on another tea break, chat. It's about that time. Let's get up, walk around a little bit, stretch them legs. Maybe get yourself a drink while you're at it. And while that's all going on, we're going to have a watch of the colony. Let's find a nice spot. You know what? We can watch the excavators. It's always fun. Though, you know, it's more fun when there are trucks nearby to help them excavate. But, yes, we're going to be hanging tight here. Good timing. I just got myself rooibos tea. Oh, very nice, chill AAA. All right. And with that, let's have a look at what that tutorial message was. So, tutorial, crisis management. From time to time, your island might get into a crisis. Fuel running out, no power, low maintenance, etc. Obviously, it's never your fault. It's always caused by the people on the island doing a bad job. However, there are ways to avoid some of the issues early on. Pinning important products, storage alerts, priority systems, power crisis management. In case of the worst emergency, you can also boost the machine. Boosts enable most of the machines to work without power. There we go. Crisis management, everyone. Glorious. Right, how are we doing? Doing generally well. And we're actually down to the stone at this point, so we should be getting through that fairly soon. What are my thoughts on kombucha compared to other forms of tea? Don't really have thoughts. You're very welcome, Maximilianus. Right. Now then, we are basically completely chalkers on all of this, which is grand. So, with that, we're currently working on maintenance depot, then we're going to work on cargo dock. Fair enough. That does mean that I've got some opportunities to continue exploring. Oh, no, actually, apparently I can't. Are we out of fuel? We are indeed out of the fuels. Okay, well, that's an even greater reason to focus on getting all of this done then. I mean, right now, that is working double duty. I guess I'm not as worried about that anymore because of how much progress we're making getting down here, though I say that and I still haven't dug across to it, but still, maybe it would be worth me setting up this whole thing again. So given that, If I were to do something like this, let's pop it down a little bit. No, does not look like that would work. Okay, can I do it like that? No. Kind of annoying, but it'll have to do. Though, does it? No, it doesn't really. Can easily make that happen. There we are. We would want another one of these right there. Oh, to get rid of everything. I would want this to flow in that direction. That way it automatically empties out there. And this to connect up here. And then I simply need a couple more of these. Start off with 2 there. There we go. Don't need to use this particular pipe. Well, I will by the time I get to the 3rd one, but I wouldn't need it on the last one, technically speaking. Right, let's get all that done. This will help out a reasonable amount. It is going to create an awful lot more work, but should be fine. That being said, I guess I could have all of these piped into a single location and spread out. Nah, that's fine. I think that should work. Let's get it going. Thanks for streaming this. Looking forward to getting home from work so I can play this too. Oh, I'm really glad that you're looking forward to it. It's always lovely to see people excited for a game. Thank you very much for the confirmation there, Demi of Derp. Diolch yn fawr iawn. Thank you ever so much for helping out with this. I'm going to miss that YouTube series. I wanted to see you finish that crazy dig of the long incline. I know, Rika. I feel really bad about it too. Really bad about it, actually. Very sad. Alright, time for an upgrade over here, I think. Dunk. And we're done. I can do the same here as well. There we are. This will give us enormous amounts of storage, since they can now store vast amounts. So this should keep us going for a long old while. I love the different sounds as well. That's actually pretty cool. Though they are pulling a lot more power now, unfortunately. So another diesel generator is necessary. What are you doing there? No, no, no. Nothing should be delivered. No, thank you. Nor here. Yeah, I suppose it's fair. We are drawing quite a lot more juice over here. There we go. Perfect. There, no, oh, damn it. Down again. Did they drain all the power over here? No, it's just a little bit too much. Next on our agenda, I would say, once we've got the refinery up and running, since that's going to be a bit more power efficient, since I won't be paying for a bunch of pumps, is probably getting a Steam setup. You even started that crazy thing earlier and it kept me in suspense. When will it get finished? Sadly, at this point, probably never. In fact, when I loaded up the game, my save wasn't even there. So, yeah. But as I mentioned, that's just one of those things, really, with this sort of stuff. Sometimes you're just not gonna, you know, when you're playing a game in such early access, sometimes it's just not all gonna pan out. Yeah, super sad. But, you know, again, it's something you take, you have to keep in mind when you're playing a really early access game. Sometimes save compatibility just won't be a thing. Although, you know, the devs always try to maintain it. And I given how much has changed, I'm not even sure it would have been possible to merge old saves with new ones. I really don't. We're actually making some decent progress over here, though. This should be quite nice. Then our tree cutters will get the job done. That said, how about, for the sake of getting those trees out of the way, because I'm going to have a lot of them over here. Yep. Logs, neither. Logs, neither. Logs. You are allowed to export. Only import there, but no pull. Just let them finish it as they can. That should allow our tree cutters to get the remaining job there done as quickly as they can. Right. Doing well with the waste over here. Now, someone mentioned, I believe, was it Duncurtin or was it Duffelfish who mentioned something about the Tier 2 housing? "95% of human power production. We heat this kettle to boil water to run it. Yeah, no, that's pretty much it. With how much is different and how late in the game you were, most likely, even if it had loaded and everything, your whole economy would just collapse as suddenly your inputs weren't right." Yeah, no, exactly. It would have been a nightmare to maintain. The only way I could have possibly had it work is if I could somehow force the version to stay on the beta version. But then, again, like I said, you know, anyone trying to play along, we would effectively be playing different games at that point. It wouldn't be nearly as enjoyable, I would have imagined. But yeah, at this stage, I either boost them, and I think I will, to make full use of everything coming in. Or I just leave it there. There we are. There we go. Perfect. Right, the loggers should be getting back to their work. And eventually that will start filling up again. Am I running the... Yes, I am. Good, good, good. Can't do the level 2 versions just yet, though. Now, question. I wonder if they will be able to get through this forest and just get down there to build that. It's a bit of a big question there. But we're managing to get a decent amount of excavating done down here. And with as many vehicles as I have, I'm actually tempted to put another one down here as well. We should be able to get this done fairly quickly. And there we are. Cargo depot complete. What are we going on to next then? I think it's going to be power production. That being said, ship... Oh. I have been interested in this for so long. Loose storage 2, fluid storage 2, unit storage 2. I'm so tempted. So incredibly tempted. But power is probably immediately more important. Also, deconstruction. Deconstruction returns 10% more products back. Includes vehicles deconstruction as well. Oh, okay. That's cool, I suppose. But after that, we're going for you. And then... oh, wow, there. Water recovery. A big old cooling tower now. And then on to power generation 3, which gives the low pressure turbine. So the cooling tower is what will turn our steam back into water. So organic fertilizers, compost plus water makes fertilizer, animal feed plus compost, biomass into compost. So yeah, we can't just use compost as is, but eventually. But what I would like to do is get some ship weapons and armor ready to roll. Right, the cargo depot is complete. Problem is, the dock is not complete. Might be worth... That's starting to back up, so it may be worth me getting some more trucks now. Alright, let's have a look in chat again. Everyone's gone to the Rapture. Well, I like your roads. Thank you. They built themselves, really. I just had a diesel shortage. All the trucks stopped. If it wasn't for teleporting resources, it'd have been game over. Yeah, no, sometimes it can be like that. This means we can get to imagine our own ends to the various stories. The Great Ramp to the Plateau, the refinery of the future, and a dedicated mountain slide excavator determined to bring the cliff top down upon him. Check Ultraconus, that's amazing. You cannot build roads yet. Not that actually that I'm aware of. Maybe you can. I didn't see anything in the dev blogs to imply you could, but it is possible, maybe. Now, obviously we've got this dock area. I guess I could move this. Can't right now, actually. Alright, we're going to tear you down and then rebuild you. I'm going to build that over here. Now, the reason for that is then I can expand this zone out a little bit. How about we don't go with this massive project and instead make it a little bit more humble? Something more like this. Still massive in its own way, but... hopefully they can collect the rest of that. There is an awful lot to collect, apparently. We are oh so close to being free. And I'm hopeful, I'm very hopeful that that is a massive fuel deposit over here. We'll see. The other thing I could do, actually, is instead... oh, too late, I've already started. Actually, no, they haven't. So I could do this. Have a dock around here somewhere. Let's see. Cargo depot. Would fit. We could have it here. And if we did... I could expand that out a little bit more and build the refinery over there. That would work. That would work very nicely. I could throw up something temporary right now, but yeah. That would work exceedingly well, I think. Okay, that's what we're going to aim for. Who's something more humble? Who are you and what have you done with Aavak? Look, I'm being efficient, alright? Sometimes you just gotta let the aesthetics go in order to actually have something to do. Temporary. Shut your mouth. Don't you bring that word into my house. Filthy. Right, power generation 2. Boom. There we go. Dismiss. We actually made some good progress on that, to be fair. That one is going to require Research Lab 3. But I really wouldn't mind getting down there. Mechanical power storage, and then onwards to water recovery. What are you locked by? Oh, you're locked by construction pass 3. Okay, fair enough. Still, that will be very nice, and then we'll have settlement power short thereafter, and then gas combustion. After that, 'twill be a marvellous thing. And we are almost through. Chat, we're making good progress. Good morning, Akarana. Hope you're having a wonderful day. I am. I'm having a fantastic day. How about yourself? Taters. Don't even know what to do with so many taters. Biofuel, obviously. Or maybe we can sell them taters. Oh, well, I can't do that right now, actually. I haven't got a trade depot. There we go. Okay. Most things seem to be going okay. We don't seem to have any great deficiencies in any particular materials. Let's just make sure that they are stopping. They are marvellous. Truly. Yep, they seem to be able to go straight through. Have we filled all of this up? Yeah, we practically have. Alright. Well, these are now no longer to be chopped. They can stay. We want to chop a line through here instead. Also, we want to unpause this, if anyone can get down there. That's fantastic. And the tree cutters are off. Now, hopefully we can get through this quick enough that we're not going to have to rely too heavily on the remainder of the supply over here, because we are going through this with a quickness that I really, really, really dislike. I think my vehicles are more or less done. No, there's still a little bit to be done. No more designation. Never mind, I take it back. Alright. You two are good. And all of those can be repurposed. Oh, wow, they've already finished it? Dear Lord. Okay. Got a new job, everyone. Chop, chop. Chop, chop, he says. Watching his tree choppers chop. Good times. Well, I'm finally off to bed, as my son's high fever finally broke. Oh, I'm glad to hear you, Half and Hawk. Enjoy the rest of the stream, Mr. Aavak and Chan. Toodles, take care, buddy. I was away for a bit. Is there a reason there are no retaining walls on that ramp down? Other than they were forgotten, obviously. No, I It's too tall of a ramp, basically. I could have built them, but it wasn't necessary. If I were trying to dig up, I would have done it. But it just didn't seem required here. For example, I intend to flatten this area out, and having some retaining walls around here will be a big boon. There we go. I can buy taters, but I can't get taters. Or rather, sell the taters. Nothing much over here either. Though maybe getting that set up would be good. Maybe I should donate some stuff. I don't know. We'll have a think. Oh, but we can explore again. Let's get out there and explore then. Off we go. Indeed, I agree. Goodbye. Right. Oh, dear. Can they not get out there? Oh, wrong thing. Ha! Crap. My bad, everyone. I used the wrong designation. I was filling rather than digging. Punk. Yeah. Sorted. Okay. Well, right now we are great on that. We are actually making progress with. Wow, I mean, I'm kind of surprised. I could build more research labs. Are we actually in a position where that's a necessity? Are we a 3 research lab civilization? Madness. Next thing you know, we're going to be harnessing the power of stars. I can build a sawmill now. Should I ever actually want to, which I don't really. Don't forget the conical flask requirement, Aavak. Look, okay, we're completely backstuffed with conical flasks. Yes, they are awfully bad researchers. They do not take care of their gear at all, but we should be okay. We can store an awful lot of them. Okay, our ship has discovered the sawmill. 9 rubber, 14 copper, and 4 vehicle parts. Hooray. Okay. And once that is done, we shall go and explore over there. Right, storage 2. Woohoo! Time to find out what this is like, because I haven't seen these before. Is it just a bigger storage, I wonder? Because I'm okay with a bigger storage. Well, let's work on the taters first. Big storage, go. Now I'm aware that some of the some storages are just bigger, like so, like taller. It would be the same for this. It's double, but then they start getting wider too. So, eventually the storages that I have aren't going to be sufficient. Look at all them taters. Look at them! There's 360 taters! We'll fill this crater in no time.